The driver shot on the neck, the man on the bike shot dead, and now a 65-year-old gunned down on a sidewalk. The White House fence jumper for the first time, the arsenal, the guns, the machete revealed. Will it be a game changer, a major decision today on Viagra for women? And the Duggar family backlash tonight, the reaction to the interview. Some accusing the parents of rationalizing the abuse.
From ABC News World Headquarters, this is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and we begin tonight with a fast-moving investigation. The White House is trying to get a handle on just how many Americans have had sensitive information hacked. A new case, up to 4 million Americans, current and former government workers, their private information hacked. The FBI on this tonight. Let's get right to ABC's Jonathan Karl at the White House with late word on who they believe is behind this hacking. John?
David, this is the latest and by far biggest in a series of hacks on government computers. Officials tell me the hackers were from China. U.S. officials say it was a serious breach. Hackers gaining access to the personal information of up to 4 million government employees. Sources tell ABC News the hack appears to have originated from China. The hack was discovered in April and tracked here at the DHS Cybersecurity Center. It's unclear how long the hackers had access to sensitive data, but they broke right into the computer systems of the Office of Personnel Management, which conducts all the background checks on federal employees. That means the hackers could have had access to some of the most sensitive personal information about millions of current and former government workers. David, this is just the latest major cyber attack on government computers. Just last week, we learned that the IRS had been compromised. And last fall, as you recall, we heard that West Wing computers, right in the West Wing of the White House, were attacked, believed to be by hackers from Russia. A string of these cases. John, in the meantime, what's being done to protect Americans here, and has the hacking stopped? Well, officials claim that the hack has now been stopped, that they have secured those government computers. But what they don't know is how much of that personal information was taken away. So what they are doing is they are scrambling to notify some 4 million current and former government workers that they may have lost their personal information, and they are offering them free identity theft insurance. All right, John Karl leading us off live at the White House. John, thank you. Now to late developments out of Colorado. 3 shootings north of Denver, a news conference moments ago. Authorities investigating the possibility of a serial shooter. All 3 attacks in a 15-mile radius. A driver shot in the neck, a bicyclist shot and killed. Those 2 cases linked. And tonight, a possible new victim in this case. A 65-year-old found bleeding on a sidewalk overnight. ABC's Clayton Sandell in Colorado, where authorities talked to reporters a short time ago.
Tonight, police worry a serial shooter may have killed again.
There are enough likenesses to this case that we, as an agency, immediately reached out to the task force. We don't know if this is related to the other shootings, and we don't know if there is somebody or somebodies that is inflicting these crimes in the community.
It happened late last night in this Loveland, Colorado neighborhood.
There's a male lying on the sidewalk, not breathing. He's bleeding uncontrollably. Thinks maybe he was hit by a car.
But it was no car. Police say a bullet killed 65-year-old Bill Knoll just blocks from home. His granddaughters say he liked to take walks late at night.
I'm actually really worried and scared to go around even in the daytime.
A task force of police, sheriff, and FBI investigators has already linked 2 previous shootings nearby. The first, April 22nd, along Interstate 25. Driver Corey Romero hit in the neck.
It's on both sides of my neck. I'm just scared.
She survived, but May 18th, about 6 miles away, John Jacoby was shot twice, killed riding his bicycle. Now this third mysterious shooting 10 miles away in the town of Loveland.
Investigators are going to look at ballistics for matches. They're going to look at the sale of weapons. They're going to look at surveillance cameras in and around these shootings, and they're going to look to see if there's any sort of association in the background of the 3 victims.
There's now a $10,000 reward to help find the shooter. And David, investigators tonight say that task force is working 24 hours to try and find a connection between this shooting and the previous 2, or rule one out. David.
Clayton Sandell in Colorado. Clayton, thank you. New images tonight of the arsenal of weapons in the case of that White House intruder jumping the fence, getting through the front door all the way to the East Room, past the stairs to the first family's residence. We knew he was carrying a knife, but tonight you're about to see what he had in his car. ABC's Pierre Thomas back on the case.
Tonight we see for the first time just how dangerous that White House fence jumper truly was. Look at what the Secret Service found in Omar Gonzalez's car the day of his arrest. Hundreds of rounds of ammunition, tomahawks, and knives. And take a look at the arsenal Virginia police discovered 2 months earlier during a routine traffic stop of Gonzalez. A sawed-off shotgun, high-powered rifles, and handguns. This evidence released today as Gonzalez faces sentencing next week for that run all the way into the White House East Room.
Some troubling pictures. Pierre with us now live from Washington. What kind of punishment is Gonzalez facing tonight?
He faces a maximum of 18 years in prison, but the government is recommending 21 months. And David, there were more details about Gonzalez, an Army veteran, in newly released court documents. He's described as suffering from post-traumatic stress syndrome and hallucinations.
All right, Pierre Thomas with us. Pierre, thank you. Now to chilling new developments out of Boston. That terror takedown this week. The suspect with a military-style knife killed, authorities say, when he lunged at police. Authorities have been tracking him, listening to his phone calls just hours before. They say he was planning to behead a police officer. Tonight, we now know who the original target was. ABC's Tom Yamas from Boston.
Tonight, the attorney for the family of Usama Rahim saying the alleged terror plot took them by surprise.
The family did not see any signs of radicalization.
Rahim's family, including his wife, gathered for a news conference in the same parking lot where officers say they were forced to shoot and kill the 26-year-old when he lunged at them with this military knife.
Is there anything you could tell us about your brother?
Immediate family members refusing to speak. Sources tell ABC News Rahim initially wanted to behead conservative activist Pamela Geller, the woman who sponsored that Mohammed cartoon drawing contest in Texas. But the FBI says on Tuesday morning, Rahim changed his plan, wanting instead to behead uniformed police officers.
David, authorities believe Rahim may have been radicalized through social media, and the FBI warning there could be thousands of people in this country secretly feeding off ISIS propaganda each day. David?
Tom Yamas with us again tonight. Tom, thank you. This evening, a major new development in that murder mystery. That house set on fire, the parents, their son, the housekeeper, all killed. Now, crucial new clues. The husband's personal assistant, the man who dropped off $40,000 in cash. He is not a suspect, but tonight his text messages about the money and about the fire, revealing much more about the timeline. Here's ABC's Ryan Smith.
Tonight, new details about the $40,000 delivered to the Savopoulos family home in Washington, D.C. before the house was set on fire, and the quadruple murder of Savas, his wife Amy, son Philip, and housekeeper Vera Figueroa was discovered. The night before the fire, while the four inside were being held hostage, Savas, the CEO of American Iron Works, contacted his driver, Jordan Wallace, to bring $40,000 in cash to the home. According to the Washington Post, Wallace responding, "Got your message. I'll call you once I get the package." The next day, Wallace called and texted several people, including a woman, sending her a photo of a red bag with the money. The woman asking, "I wonder how much it is," to which Wallace replied, 40. Later that morning, Wallace texted Savas, "Package delivered." He then drove to American Iron Works, but after learning about the fire, drove back to the mansion, texting Savas and Amy several times along the way. "Hey, Miss Amy, are you okay?" That text, too late. All four inside the house had been killed, and the home set ablaze. Wallace has not been arrested or charged with any crime. Ryan Smith, ABC News, New York.
Ryan, thanks. Now to the new threat of severe weather at this hour. 9 million Americans from Denver to Kansas City in the bullseye. Flash flood watches in 5 states, tornado watches in 3 at this hour. A tornado touching down in Wyoming, and this intersection in Lusk, Wyoming, underwater. And look at this time lapse tonight of this supercell powering up over Hanston, Kansas. Meanwhile, the hurricane churning in the Pacific, popular vacation beaches now within striking distance. Let's get right to meteorologist Rob Marciano, who begins with the watches tonight in a very familiar place.
Yeah, 3 nights in a row, David. Look at this tornado watch. Virtually the same area as last night. It includes Denver. And again, storms are popping, especially in eastern parts of Wyoming. And flooding rains, Lincoln, Nebraska through Kansas City. Tomorrow, the threat zone, pretty much the same area. We're in a pattern that is stuck from coast to coast across the U.S. Meanwhile, off the west Mexican coastline, Category 2 storm now, Hurricane Blanco, not expected to strengthen, but likely as it approaches the coastline of the Cabo San Lucas over the weekend. Still a hurricane, and the desert Southwest will get some moisture with this. Very rare to get 2 big hurricanes like this early in the season, David.
Rob Marciano.